Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Wicked Blades here. Please like, share, and subscribe. This morning, it's the 4th in the 6th month. We're on Wednesday. It is 7:23 in the morning. I'm going to do a quick one because I got to rush off to the podiatrist and get, I think that's what they're called. Well, my foot doctor. I got to rush off to my foot doctor. He's going to put injections in my feet for my plantar fasciitis and get them working a little bit better. Or feeling better, I should say. So I'm going to do a quick one. What I want to do is give you guys a little hack or a tip or whatever to help you guys out. Or at least I hope it'll help you guys out. Because I've been here, I've been on YouTube for quite a while. Not as a content creator. I think I'm coming up on my 1 year pretty soon. I think I'm not sure. But as a viewer, I'd been watching knife channels, tool channels, restoration channels, and for a long time. And I've come across several of my content creators that run into this issue, and I'm hoping today that I can help someone out. Regardless if you're a content creator, it could be a viewer. Okay, let me get into it. Okay, and yes, I'm gonna start putting videos together where I actually show me, actually doing the work and pulling everything apart. But here, as you see in my hands, I have a pile of parts. This is one knife. It's a electrician's knife. Here you have the blade. It is a Colonial Providence, USA. Okay. I pulled it apart for starters because the scales are just broken, beat up. They've lost their life. They've lost their life, and we want to beautify this. This is how we do our resurrections of our knives. So it started out with that. And then also the main blade right here didn't have any snap at all. There was no snap. It had a poor pull. And I felt something was wrong in there, but from visual inspection and everything, you can't physically see the inners. You can see the lower part of the tang. This one's slightly rounded on the corners in comparison to the screwdriver. Okay, because the electrician's knife comes with your main blade for your cutting, your skinning of your electrical cable to get the coax off of there. Alright, and then your screwdriver to get into your panels and all that. And then you take your false edge, a lot of guys will call it, and some people have even put an edge on here. But that's for peeling the plastic coating off of your electrical, is what it is. Okay? Anyways, you can see that the lower pivots are slightly different. The electrical one has more corner than the main blade. Okay, so now, okay, we can put all the other stuff down. Let me grab right here. Okay, because we don't need the. Okay, here's your back springs. Everyone knows what a back spring looks like. On this side, looks like it's normal. This end, same thing, normal. You flip it over though, and there's an abnormality. See that defect on the end right there? That is where our blade started just rolling into there. Okay, instead of sitting proud on this edge, it had got bent somewhat or slid over with the pin loosening up and started just digging a nice little well in there. Okay, and I know my knife restorers have ran into this problem. Many of us have. Alright? Many of us have ran into this problem. Whether it's this or on the bottom of our tang, that end wears out. Okay? And then what I've seen content creators do is, let me grab it. I've seen content creators, which on the blade it's a little bit easier. Okay, you fill your hole by pinning it, shaving it down, and then re-drilling a little bit higher because this has gotten worn out really bad. Okay, and that same curvature, divot, whatever, can occur on your pivot point. Okay, one side will get worn in, and that's when I seen content creators where you pin it, fill it. Some of them who have welders welded that shut and then re-drill a new hole a little bit higher so that way it sits a little bit lower and you get that nice pull and snap. Okay, that's doable on the blade. Okay, unless you have a welder, to fill this, most of us get rid of the back spring. We come in, we run into that problem once we get to that point, and it sucks because you want to restore that knife. You want to resurrect it. And at this point, you're already halfway there. You've busted it apart. You've blown the knife apart. You're getting ready to clean, or you have started cleaning, and then you come across that part, and you're like, oh man, I need a new back spring, So I've seen them say on video, where, well, you know what, this is now a parts knife until either I find a back spring or I find another knife that just needs a blade, and I'll use the blades and so on and so forth, and it'll be a parts knife. Okay. My tip or trick or hack hopefully will help you guys out. This is what I use, and I've used it on the job. It works great. Okay, I don't have physical proof, but at my job I've used it on gears, like $10,000 gears. I've replaced several teeth just to keep the machine operational until they can get in the whole gear, and that way the line doesn't shut down and stuff like that. I've used it on my vehicles when I needed a patch in a pinch. Okay, it's made by JB Weld. It's typically, as you see, it's typically $8 for the tube. I got it at Tractor Supply. They had it discounted because this stuff, it doesn't get used. I feel like it could be used in so many different fields, like, because they list off, you could use it on your fuel tank, metal tanks, what is that, potable water tanks, lawn and garden equipment, metal surface, no weld, ethanol resistant, chemical resistant. Okay, this, it's like a putty. Okay, you pluck off a piece. On the inside it's a lighter gray, and then the middle is a dark charcoal gray. You mush it together, roll it together, however you're gonna mix it, but it's a putty, like Play-Doh. We're gonna be kids here, we're gonna play with Play-Doh. Alright, and then you bond it to your surface. You could take a grinder to it, you could file it and form it to what you need it to. It's drillable. When it hardens, it's metal. It's metal. It's like putty turning into metal. This is an instant steel. Okay, I have used it on my radiators when I got a leak, and at the moment I can't afford to just run out and buy a $600 radiator. I've put a patch on there. until I could get the money to do it. Vehicle runs fine, no issues. I've patched a lot of different items. I've bonded um, a CV axle together. Okay, that's a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy because that's your life right there. But I have bonded a CV axle together and then ground it smooth, you know, and then put the CV axle back in the vehicle, and I drove on it for about 2 months. Popped out the CV axle, it still looked like a good CV axle. Okay, but I'm hoping that helps someone out where you can bond it to that divot and then file it down, file it smooth all the way around, and now your back spring is functional again. And you can resurrect your knife once again. Okay? I'm hoping that helps somebody. I'm hoping that helps somebody. And I will be getting back into I'll be making videos where I'm doing actual cleanups on video. I'll be doing repairs like this knife being blown apart. I will blow it apart, scrub it down, repair what needs to be repaired, reassemble it, putting on scales like this one. I started out to do scales, and then I was like, well, I'm blowing it apart. Let's see why the main blade is so sloppy, basically. It had no pull, it had nothing, but you could get it. It went up and down fine. It was just, it had no pull. You could feel that there was no tension in the roll. Excuse me, guys. So I wanted to look in depth on that since I was blowing it apart to put scales on there. I did choose to put poplar. I'm gonna use poplar wood. I was torn at Home Depot, which I ended up buying them both anyways because I got future projects. I bought poplar and I bought walnut. The walnut looks beautiful, but the more I looked online at electricians' knives, you either had this synthetic plastic, thin stuff, or you had wood handles on your electrician's knives, and the wood handles, all of the wood handles that I seen were a dark wood, like an ebony cocobolo. I think I even seen paca wood. But it was a dark species of wood, and so I wanted to change it up. I'm restoring this. I'm resurrecting this knife. I want to make it my own, so I'm gonna go with a lighter shade of wood, which will be the poplar. Plus, I like the greens and the purple hues in the grain of poplar. So hopefully, I could get a good cut that'll give us some nice different colorations and stuff, and then I'll get the knife assembled. But yeah, I'll be showing the aftermath of me having it repaired and reassembled. And then after I do this one, I will be showing you guys the process of what I do. I'll be doing a full video on the straight razor, blowing it apart, cleaning it, reassembling it with all new fresh parts and scales, because we're not just taking all the rust off of the blade and everything. We're also gonna polish, and we're gonna sand it, polish it, sharpen it, and we're putting all new scales on there. And I believe we're gonna go with ram's horn on one of them. On another one, we're either gonna do walnut, because I like that walnut that I picked up, or we're gonna do the buffalo horn that I picked up. Either way, you guys are gonna get to see them from start to finish. Okay, and then from then on, whatever knife that I need to pull apart for whatever reason, whether I'm doing a scale replacement, I need to repin it because the pins came loose due to age or abuse, or we need to do a blade repair. I'm gonna get it all on film for you guys, but I'm hoping that this tip, trick, hack, whatever, will help somebody, save their back spring, save their knife, and get it back into use, and operation. And yes, when it hardens, it, like I said, it's you're putting steel on there. That it's a steel formula. When it hardens, though, it's like a, I don't want to call it black. It's not really a black. It's more of like a dark charcoal gray. But with it being either you're using it on the lower pivot point of your blade or your back spring, it's not visible. Once you file it down and everything. Oh, and it is paintable. You can paint it if you want. But in knife restoration, that doesn't matter. It's not visible. You're not going to see that bottom pivot of your knife or that back spring portion. So you're saving your knife, getting it back into use. I hope that helps. Know that you guys are loved. Know that you are appreciated. Know that you have value. I want you guys to have a blessed day. I want you to go out there and conquer the world, conquer the day. Seize it. It's yours. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. I hope this helped one of my viewers or subscribers out. Anybody out there, I'm just trying to help. I hope this tip helps. So yeah, please like and share and subscribe. I could use the help. I could use the following. I love you guys. This is Wicked Blades. I'm out. Peace.